Houston because I need to get out of Houston. And it's not like I'm going somewhere cooler. It's going to be just as hot where I'm going than it is here. But I have been voluntold to herd cattle and feed some chickens and go out to my friend's ranch. So it's going to be fun. I think we're also going to jet ski and maybe go swimming or snorkeling or fishing or something. There's going to be some fun to it. But I need to get out of Houston. I need to take the van out. And I was invited out to my friend's ranch, which is in a place called Fairfield, which is 2 hours and 20 minutes north of where I'm at. So this drive is actually going to take me through all the back roads of Texas. And there is actually a Facebook group called Back Roads of Texas. And I've been to all 89, I really don't want to take the back roads, oh, this is bumpy. I've been to all 89 Texas state parks over 160 times. So I'm very familiar with driving all over the state of Texas. Not a fan of roads with potholes, but hopefully it's not going to be this way the whole time. But yeah, so the van is great. I went through and I did all the inventory and got everything sorted and, you know, just kind of got it ready for like traveling again. And again, I'm constantly like taking stuff out that I thought I needed that I don't need. And so I usually just donate that to my women's hiking group or, you know, sell it on the Facebook marketplace, which is a full-time job in itself. This is a really, really bumpy road here. Hang on, I'm all over the place. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm going to drive 2 hours and 20 minutes to get up there. And yeah, I'm just going to spend a day and a half up there. I just needed to get out. And I did book the campsite for the Stephen F. Austin State Park, which is the state park closest to Houston on the west side. But then all I would do is basically be like sitting at home until the afternoon and then driving to get the van and then sitting at the state park where there's no cell reception. So, you know, and it was just because I just wanted to get out and I didn't know where I wanted to go. I didn't want to go too far, but here I am driving 140 miles from home. But this is much more fun and much more, you know, captivating content. But anyway, so this one, I am getting on a highway. I was going to say, like, please put me on a highway, not these, like, you know, farm roads that I'm on right now. But it's funny, if you just drive, like, 10 minutes out of Houston proper, if you go 15 minutes west of Katy, where there's all these suburbs and these $1 million homes and all this stuff, you're in, like, BFE, like, the boonies. You are in the middle of countryside Texas, and you wouldn't even know that there was the 4th largest city in the entire country that way. You would have no idea. It's nuts, but I love it because it's kind of like when I lived in Japan. I lived in a small, like, fishing village, you know, in northern Japan. It was a pretty big town of 50,000 people. And, but then you go, like, you know, you just take a bullet train like an hour and you're in, like, you know, a massive metropolis. Or you can go 2 hours down to Tokyo and suddenly you're in, like, you know, one of the largest cities in the world. It was amazing. And so, but I had the best of both worlds. I don't like these, sorry. I don't like these intersections where you can't see that way because it's at an angle. Anyway, but I loved it. I had the best of both worlds. When I lived in England, I lived in just north of London, like in the next county. I lived in Watford, which is in Hertfordshire. You have like you have London, Greater London, and then you have Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire, you know, all these different counties. And I lived in the next county directly over. So I lived in a town, but I was close enough to London that I could experience London. When I lived in Los Angeles, I lived close enough to all the action, but I didn't have to pay to live in the action. So anyway, but it's, yeah, I mean, it was fantastic. And I just, you know, I've always kind of like been able to be away from all the chaos, but still close enough. When I lived in Houston proper, before I moved, I was directly in everything, but I was close enough to the edge of everything that I could just get on the freeway and go somewhere else. But this is great. It feels good to be in the van again. I have to like listen for all the van noises. I'm like, okay, I think I hear stuff. I think I'm hearing things go, you know, like things are making noises, and I have to basically like just try to like listen for stuff that I haven't noticed before. But so far, all the creaks are the same. All the things that are clanging are the same. So I don't think I have anything that's falling apart. Thankfully, I built my van so well that even when it's in the heat, things aren't just going to peel off. Now, some words of advice. Havelock Wool. I despise the company because I think they ripped everyone off by giving you the wrong weight. There's a whole video on the scam of Havelock Wool. But it is the best product for me versus spray foam or, you know, any of that like foam stuff that people use for insulation. It's been the best, and I've been in all kinds of temperatures, and I've never had to have a diesel heater, and I I haven't died of humidity or had any mold or anything. The second thing is when you're looking for your paint, when you're going to Home Depot or Lowe's, can I get a blue sky please? No, okay. When I'm going to Home Depot or Lowe's, go and ask them to give you bathroom paint. Have them mix it for the bathroom, because in a bathroom you have moisture, and I hate the word moisture, but you have moisture and you have condensation and you have a lot of water. You will have the same in your van unless you have these little charcoal packets. I've got 30 of these little charcoal packets from Amazon. You buy them in a pack of 12. I've also got mini ones for my shoes. So everything has charcoal packets. They're all over my van. I've never had a single ounce of mold or condensation or moisture. Even when I'm in different temperatures and I'm breathing, the windows never, ever, ever in almost 4 years have they ever got any moisture on the inside whatsoever because of these charcoal packets. They're a miracle. And then what you do is you put them on your hood of your car on a sunny day, and you recharge them every 6 months or so. Pretty fantastic. I'm surprised nobody else has these. Everyone's got the squeegee, and they've got like, oh, we got to crack the window and get a fan. I'm like, no, just get these charcoal packets. They also reduce odor. So when the mouse dies in your van, you're not going to be like, smelling it. But so the first thing is Havelock wool. The second thing is, or any kind of wool. You don't have to go with Havelock. And then the second one is the paint. Get it mixed for a bathroom. And third is the charcoal packets. And all of this stuff will make it where even if your van is sitting for several months, you can still, don't have to be spending, a month trying to get rid of all the crap that has accumulated, all the smells and the mold and all that stuff. So I've been really fortunate because my van does sit in one of the most humid cities in the entire country. It's more humid than Florida. Florida, you have ocean breeze. It is humid and it rains and it burns off the humidity. But in Texas, it just gets stickier and it's horrible. So I have had to have my van sitting either outside my house for the first year before I got the garage. So I had to have it climate controlled with a dehumidifier and a fan. And then now that I have the garage, I can run the fan and dehumidifier 24/7. Whereas before I could only run it for a little bit, every couple days. So yeah, just I'll do an episode on how to do climate control. I should have done that years ago. But I think doing it now will show that I've been doing it right, because almost 4 years later, I've never had any of the issues that a lot of van lifers have. I don't have to rip down everything and get rid of black mold, like some of my friends have black mold behind their walls, and they're getting sick from it, and it's really not cool. But anyway, so I've got, I've just got 130 miles to go, and I'm already in like the countryside, and it's beautiful. And it's 81 degrees, but it was 77 when I got the van, which was great. So it feels great now, but it's going to get hot today. Last week it was in the 60s, and this week it's in the hundreds again. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna be like tending to the cows, maybe just like pat a cow or something, and then feed chickens. I'm just gonna hang out on a ranch, a Texas ranch, not a farm. In any other place it would be called a farm, but here it's called a ranch or a ranch. And my parents had a ranch in the 70s when they lived here in north of Houston. My parents were from New Jersey, so they're American. My dad was in oil and gas, and he worked for all the oil and gas companies, and then got a job in London in the mid-70s, which is why my brother and I were born in London. All right, I am in cattle country right now. There is buffalo livestock trading. There's this dinky little, like, old style downtown right here. There's a buffalo stampede this Saturday. That's fantastic. A lot of buffalo out here. And I think I'm just south of Dallas. I'm not really that far. I'm on the 45. I'm now about 10 miles away from the ranch. So I'm going through, I think this is Fairfield? I don't know. All these towns kind of start looking the same. There's probably been about 75, I would say exactly 75 barbecue joints between here and my house. So maybe 126. There's a lot of barbecue out here. There's a lot of barbecue stands. Probably no health code. Every single one's probably a health code violation of some kind, but you cook it long enough, you're going to kill all the germs, so it's delicious. Now I'm on another back road. I'm on Farm Road, FM. So I'm on Farm to Market Road, whatever number it is, 1845. So I love it. It is so pretty, and my van is cool, right? I've got the AC going. So I'm looking outside thinking, oh, it's going to be nice and cool. And I stepped outside to get water at the supermarket just now, like about 45 minutes ago. And I stood out and I was like, nope, it is still 90 degrees. But anyway, now I'm going going a back road for the next 10 miles, and this is great. I am so happy. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm so happy to be back in the van. You have no idea. It is pretty. There's no mosquitoes up here, and everyone's got nicely manicured lawns. And Texas in the winter. I'm also in Buffalo City. That's where I'm at. That's right. Yeah, the ranch is in Buffalo City, not Fairfield. But I will tell you that I really like Texas in the winter. I don't like Texas in terms of politics, but I do like Texas in the winter. It is beautiful. There's no snow. The hill country is gorgeous, and you can ride your bike every day. You can go hiking. We don't get a lot of rain. You know, our rain. Do we have a blue sky? There we go. Our rain is in like August. August is our like rainy time. July and August. So the winter is pretty much dry, and it's great. And I've been all over the entire state of Texas. I've been to all 89 Texas state parks over 160 times. So I've driven everywhere, and I've never driven this way. I've never been on this road or this route. So I was just telling my friend when I was coming up, I was like, you know what, it's so weird. I've been all over Texas, and there's still so many places I haven't been, which is indicative of any place you live. Like, you know, millions of places you haven't been. But I feel like I've seen the whole of Texas, and I've only just scratched the surface. But anyway, very, very pretty. And yeah, so I'll be there in about 10 minutes. And yeah, I'm just going to hang out for the next, couple days. I've got to be back in Houston probably tomorrow night. Yeah, because I'm going to go, tomorrow's Wednesday, so I'm going to volunteer at Harriet's school on Thursday and Friday. So I do need to be back home by tomorrow evening, drop the van off. But the van's all been ready to go and all clean. I've got to just scrub it, get all the dirt out. I still got Bonneville salt flats, at my feet on the back down here. I've still got salt from Utah. So just need to do a deep clean. But this is great. Very, very pretty. And I'm right near Fort Boggy State Park. I passed that about 30 minutes ago. And I was like, oh, I've been there too. So yeah, I've been to all of it. And it's really, really nice. I think 99% of Texas is private land or state parks. We only have a smidgen of BLM, which is north of Amarillo. I think it's in a place called Meridian or Meredith. I don't know. It's something beginning with M. But it's very, very small. It's near a reservoir, and nobody ever stays there because you can just stay at any picnic area. There's hundreds, thousands of picnic areas and rest areas in Texas, and you're allowed to stay for 24 hours overnight at any picnic area with a blue sign or any rest area. No problem. You can sleep in your vehicle, you can sleep in your van. You can't set up a tent, but you can barbecue. They've got barbecue pits, they've got picnic areas, they've got museums on the bigger ones. You can learn about Texas. It's really funny. But yeah, Texas is really good about we just don't want your ass driving if you're tired. Stop here and sleep. And they're all very, very clean, and there's trash cans and everything. But yeah, these are all ranches up here. It's amazing. It's just so damn hot. The land's probably pretty cheap, but like I said, 99% of Texas is owned by somebody. It's very hot out here. So there's a deer processing, there's a mechanic, there's 3,000 acres of land. I didn't really film a lot. I was driving the Jeep around. We were off-roading all over for 3 hours. And then we just went to go get lunch. There's all these cows, tons of cows. We drove all the way down there, all the way into those woods. It was pretty fun. I think we broke a few things on the Jeep. Anyway, so here's the van. I'm gonna check on the power and then go in, and we're gonna relax for a bit and maybe make some dinner later.
What's the name of your horse?
What's your horse name?
I call him Old Man.
Old Man?
They didn't have a name when I got him.
Oh.
There you go.
Pull back on him and make it slow down.
All right.
Nice. Very good. Look at that smile on that girl. See how he moves? And see how the horse can stop like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now back right up.
Sorry, cows. Speed bump. Good morning from the farm. It's kind of foggy this morning. 3,000 acres surrounding me. We were driving the, well, we're going to go ride the Jeep all over the land this morning, and then I'm going to go ride a horse and go help herd cattle. And I think we're going to slaughter a cow today. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, but yeah, there's a whole big, massive operation over here. They also house other people's cows as well. And these are all Angus beef cows. So when you go get an Angus steak, it comes from some place like this. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, there's Prue. Oh, she's so humid. It's actually not humid here. It's just moist, which is a horrible word. But it's not humid like Houston. So let me go in. Oh, it's nice and cold in here. Yeah, I'm out of power. And so I gotta check the fridge. I haven't really lived in the van for a whole month. So I just brought it down here to kind of take it out, for a run. But yeah, everything's just kind of all over the place. They were very impressed with the van, the farmers here. It's kind of funny. The ranchers, sorry, not farmers. Anyway, so let me check. For some reason, the Jackery isn't pulling a lot of power. And this is out. Sorry, I'm trying to, this one's out too. And yeah, that's 0. So I'm going to plug this one in. Forgot how to do all this because I haven't been in here for a while. So hang on one second. Okay, so the Bouge RV is taking 11 watts and the Jackery is also taking 11 watts. I think I might bring the Jackery in and charge it just so it's charged. And let me check the fridge to see if everything still remained cold. I don't know when the power went out last night in it because I didn't charge anything because I thought I could just plug in here, but I'm actually parked a little bit further away than I anticipated. So I just left it, with the sun, but we didn't have a lot of good sun yesterday. We had a little bit of good sun, but it wasn't pulling, the Jackery wasn't pulling in from the solar. So I got to figure out a solution for that. It can charge on the 12 volt when I'm driving, and it could probably charge off the Bouge RV, which pulls in, 175 watts when the sun is out. So I don't know. Science. Anyway.
Go ahead. Wow.
You actually got back, you were closer actually when, yeah, you got all the way down there.
Oh,
it's like, the pond is beautiful. Wait a minute. That is great.
coming to put up a new target for her, and I went a little too far. Yep. Almost pushed it out, but that'll work.
Okay, here we go. Reverse.
Yep, there you go.
Hi, donkey. How are you? Driving back to the garage, drop the van off, and then go home. And I'm leaving Monday. Super excited. Oh my god. I'm not going to tell you where. I'll tell you where later. Anyway, yes. So I just need to get everything out of the van that I need to take with me, which is why I wanted to take the van out as well, so I can go through it yesterday and today. But yeah, leaving the farm. That was fun. So we went, I didn't film all of it, obviously, because I was just hanging out with my friends. But basically, yeah, there was petting zoo. You know, well, I mean, real animals they actually raise, like chickens and pigs. You know, they're fully self-sustainable, as most of the farms are here. Plus, they raise cattle for Angus beef. So when you eat an Angus beef cow, or steak rather, it's going to probably come from some place like this. And what is the sky today? The sky is hazy blue. I'm glad to get away from the hazy blue sky. We also drove all over the ranch in my friend's Jeep, so that was fun. And then we, what else did we do? We cooked some steaks, and then we watched the sunset, and then we went swimming. I didn't film the swimming bit. We went swimming in the swimming holes. There's a couple ponds, so we went in the cleaner of the ponds. The other ones are for the cows to, you know, drink. So we went swimming. What else? We got stuck in the mud. We were also decided to go shoot water cans. You know. So by the way, if anyone's going to get in a tizzy, I'm actually ex-military. I'm qualified on a rifle, and I was a marksman in basic training. So I was 40 out of 40, and pretty good shot with a rifle. I don't know. I don't shoot. I don't own a gun. I don't shoot anything else. I don't go to gun ranges. But with you know, an M16, I'm pretty good because I was trained on it. I'm ex-military. So if you want to be like, oh, I don't own a gun. I'm not like, you know, everyone should have a gun and I should have a gun in my van. No, I don't do any of that shit. But it's a sport, and for hunting and for the Olympics and trap shooting and clay pigeon shooting as a sport, yes, it's a skill, and I'm pretty damn skilled at it. I mean, I hit, you know, first shot, hit the exploded the water bucket, and I was done. I'm like, mic drop. I'm like, that's it. I am good. The next one is what else we do? We went for lunch. We went for dinner. We drove around. We herded cattle. I rode a horse. So it was great. It was a good 2 days to get up here. Very, very pretty area just south of Dallas, right near Fort Boggy State Park, which I've been to before. And now I'm driving about an hour and a half. I've got to drive before I get back to the garage, and then I'll unload everything, get in the car, and head home. I'm tired. I need a shower. It's hot, and obviously it's very bright too. But that was fun. Yeah, it was really nice. It's starting to cool down a little bit, so it's nice to be up here and go around the ranches and things. But yeah, so yeah, just hang out with my friend, and then Monday I'm out of here somewhere fun. Oh my god, I hope it's going to be fun. I've got to find, like, I'm traveling with somebody else, and this is for Hike Bike Alike, so we're going to be looking for activities and things for outdoor adventure, so that's kind of why it's primarily. And the whole thing doesn't cost me a single penny, which is great. I'm all for free trips, and it's great. So yeah, we're going to go to this place, and it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be fun. Might rain a lot, but it's okay. I don't mind. But I haven't been to this place since probably about 2007 or 2008. It was a long time ago. And I just need to make my list of what I would like to do, in addition to the list of what my friend recommends and then activities available. So yeah, just kind of branching out into international waters, so to speak. And then after that, I've got a couple other events coming up that are related to the nonprofit. So going into the fall, just looking to really kind of continue networking. And then I have to learn grant writing. I've got to learn how to solicit foundations for donations, so that in the January through the spring we can start actually doing our projects and getting things going. So a little bit more research needed, which requires me to go and have some fun, which is fantastic. Like make your hobby your job, and then you will never hate your job. So it took me 20 years to finally make my hobby my job. I mean, travel's always been my hobby. It's also been my job many times. But doing the nonprofit, doing the adventure nonprofit, has been a fantastic way for me to really take what I love to do in my spare time and make it into something I can do full time. And that's it. So yeah, so really, really excited to get on an airplane and not have to go get the van. Like leaving the van in Houston, getting on an airplane, probably flying a pretty dodgy airline, but it's okay, it's cheap. It's only like, I don't know, I think the tickets, well again, it's all expense paid. I don't have to pay a single penny for it. But I think the tickets are only like $300. So it's good to travel in the off season, which is also an opportunity for me to meet with adventure companies when they're not too busy and where they're actually kind of needing the promotion and needing that kind of thing. So I'm super excited to get back into meeting with all these people. And so far, everyone that I have met with in the last year has been on board with being part of Hike Bike Alike. But now I just want to kind of go to this other country. There is a big expat community. There is a big veteran community, and it's becoming more popular with Americans. And so I think I have this opportunity for 10 days to get out of Houston, to get out of this freaking heat and go somewhere that isn't as hot and be able to really kind of like continue my networking. So I'll film as much as I can. I generally don't film when I'm traveling with friends, just because I'm enjoying the time. But I think most of my friends are okay that I travel with. They're fine if I film. But I think getting some good footage of the activities and showing you what there is out there and testing them out for myself, since I do have a spine disability, but I am very, very active. And it's, most people don't look at me and say, oh, she looks like she has an issue. Like, no, you don't understand. I wake up in chronic pain pretty much every morning. But the more that I move, the more that I do stuff, the better I feel. And that's really why I need to get this adventure, nonprofit going, because I know it's helped me and I know that it's going to help other people. But I need to test it out. If I'm able to do it, then that's kind of that's like the balance point. Therefore, I know kind of I can gauge if someone has a bit worse of a disability than me, or prosthetic or something, some other thing that they live with, versus someone that is like a little bit less disabled than me, maybe just has more of the PTSD and more of the mental struggle that they have to go through. Then I know that, okay, this activity is good. I'm going to have to modify it a little bit this way and a little bit this way to accommodate all ends of the spectrum. But for me, it's the yardstick kind of in the middle. If it's good for me, then I'm able to see where the modifications are. If it's completely a shit show, I'm like, I can't recommend this because dogs are off leash, or because they don't accommodate someone with a prosthetic, or it's even difficult for me without a prosthetic to be able to get in a harness. Then I'd be like, this isn't an activity that I think I would be able to recommend for my organization. But yeah, so then also a little bit of R&R, which I definitely need after the last couple weeks. I need to get some rest and relaxation, spend some time with my friends, and just kind of reset as well. So super excited. So yeah, so that's it from the farm. And I will see you guys, I guess, on the next one. I've got a bunch of errands to run this weekend. I gotta get a spray tan. I'm so pale that I just need to not be so pale, and not be obliterated by the sun. It's so hot and so bright. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna basically I'm just gonna just kind of get some errands done, get some pampering